We are here celebrating the community at the 2K TV wrap party, and we want to extend a very special welcome to Miss T. Welcome to NBA 2K TV. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing well. I see you're repping your squad. Tell us a little bit about your jersey.
I'm wearing that SGA jersey. You know I'm repping OKC as my favorite team.
I love it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups, so kick back, get your popcorn ready. We'll be back in just a moment.
Number 67.
Thanks for joining us midweek here. Tonight, looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Then there's Dillingham. Then there's Rudy Gobert. And it's Law in at power forward. And for the Celtics, the 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's the Beast in at the 2. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Now here's McDaniels. Out to the right wing. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Joe Mazzulla.
I asked him how Rudy Gobert alters their usual game plan. Coach acknowledged that he's a factor and said Rudy definitely demands more from us offensively. We have to be careful where we put our shooters with him waiting for swats. Coach thinks intelligent offense is what it takes to beat Gobert. Back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And the Timberwolves with possession. Outside Edwards. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Built like a linebacker, Edwards is not your average off guard, folks.
It's Brown on the wing. Ooh, poked away. And that'll be Boston's ball as it goes out of bounds. Celtics able to keep possession here. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's the Beast. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Brown against McDaniels. Pass to Dillingham. 4-3. He drops it from range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
For Boston, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's Brown. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far.
And we've seen Edwards grow a lot in the past few years. He has a great understanding of how to put defenders in tough spots.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting from Minnesota, Anthony Edwards.
And he drops the first.
2 shots.
And both free throws good for Edwards. Here's Pritchard. 9 points in his last outing. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's the Beast. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Brown. Gets the 3 to fall.
And, you know, we've seen Brown accept more responsibility over time on offense, including taking these quick shots.
Edwards, a pass to Law. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Tatum from long range buries it from 3.
Really smooth release from Tatum on that 3. Makes that shot look effortless.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter.
Boston foul, number 67. First personal foul, second team foul.
Outside Edwards. Here's Law. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, I love the hustle from Edwards that time. Excellent anticipation on the offensive glass.
Pass to the Beast. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Oh, good D by Edwards. And he might not blow you away with numbers, but there's a reason why McDaniels is on the floor so often, Clark.
Hey, B.A., I love his versatility at both ends of the floor. He knows exactly what's needed from him by his team. He gives it to him. He doesn't need a lot of touches. He just plays the game. Love his motor. Love his consistency. He is the epitome of a value utility guy.
Here's Pritchard. He's scoreless. Clock at 4. Here's the Beast. Offensive rebound. And that one's good. Porzingis.
Dominant play from Porzingis on the glass, securing the ball and finishing the play strong.
And Minnesota calls time here. They're coming off that loss against Denver.
And the win was there for them, but they just let it get away. Just couldn't make enough plays late.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
Minnesota has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. DiVincenzo, the pass to Edwards. Point game against Denver. And so it's Minnesota with it, the core of this team. Brown and Tatum in the front court. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's the Beast in at the 2-guard. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
First team foul.
Here's Dillingham. Last game we saw him with 32 points. Pass to Gobert. And stolen by Porzingis. Here's the Beast. Outside, Brown. To the wing, right side. Here's the Beast. Still without a bucket. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, the Beast in their last matchup against the Wizards did some very solid work. He added 22 points, and not only was he terrific offensively, he also made an impact on defense. And after being on a losing streak, he came up big and helped them get back in the winning column. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, spot on, Allie. He was aggressive in that game. Really took initiative.
He really made an impact, and he'll be looking to repeat that kind of performance again tonight.
Yeah, I agree. They really need him. I mean, they need his energy, and they need his talent on the floor.
Here's Pritchard, and right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second.
They've been undisciplined defensively, getting themselves into foul trouble far too early.
Third team foul.
Now here's Edwards, guarded closely. Three-pointer. Porzingis grabs the board. Celtics trail by 8. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Pass to the Beast. Five on the clock. Fires the three. Knocks it down from distance. And it's now only a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Here's Edwards. Another miss by Minnesota.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Here's the Beast. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal
Clark,
foul.
we hear coaches often say, trust your teammates. Why is that sometimes a challenge?
Well, you know, when you talk about passing the basketball, there's got to be a level of trust and confidence that where you pass it to is going to produce some fruit, and that it might come back to you if that's the best play. And then defensively, you can't be good defensively without communicating and trusting one another to cover for each other in the defensive scheme that you're playing.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
And Boston calls time here. They defeated Washington in their last game.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them. They were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
And Brown has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics, trailing by 5. Last time they met was in Minneapolis, where they beat the Timberwolves.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done. Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Outside Tatum. Pass to the Beast. Back to Tatum. Here's the Beast. Boston, no good that time either. The Timberwolves lead by 5. Here's Dillingham. The 3. He's off on that one. Tatum with some nice D. Outside Porzingis. Pass to the Beast. From the arc. Sinks the tray. The Beast has got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Minnesota's gone 7 of 15 from distance in this game. Now here's Gobert. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. Tatum passes to the Beast. He nails it, and we're tied. The Beast has got 12 points in the game.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
And Minnesota calls time here.
Here we go, fans. Time to make some noise for Boston's own Celtics Entertainment.
As we look towards the end of March, these power rankings are getting closer to their final shape. You take a look at the Timberwolves. Not a bad place to be, holding on to that number 2 spot.
Seeing where Boston is, they've accomplished much of what they set out to do, looking elite and right in the middle of the title race.
Now here's DiVincenzo, coming off a 16-point game against Denver.
And another key for them was his rebound. Just a great effort.
Tatum against Edwards. That's tipped.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Pass break. Here come the Celtics. Here's Tatum. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Timberwolves have gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Ryan, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood.
Pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Boston out in front, leading
47. The Timberwolves. 46. And your Celtics Youth Dance Team.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Here's Tatum. Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Then there's Dillingham. Then there's Rudy Gobert. And it's Law in at the 4. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
And Gobert with a block.
This is what Gobert is known for. his ability to swat shots away with ease.
The beast. Good.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Inside, Gobert puts it in.
And Gobert's teammates encourage him to seek out his offense, especially when he's this deep.
Outside, Brown. Pass to the beast. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Brown. McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got his 4th rebound in this one. It's Edwards on the wing. Pounded by Tatum. Here's Dillingham. For the lead. The rebound, Celtics. Tatum's got 5 rebounds tonight. And he lobs it up. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Oh, how about the pass here from Tatum? Great at involving his teammates.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Pass to Gobert. 2 minutes gone in this 3rd quarter now. To the left wing. And here's Dillingham from the arc. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Here's the beast. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Law. Law's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Outside Edwards. Takes a 3. The rebound, Celtics.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Here's the beast. Defended by Gobert. Here's the beast. Pass to Pritchard. Launches it. They get it again. Porzingis. Here's the beast. Tatum looking it over. Here's the beast. 17 points in the game.
Not an easy rebound at all. But when you win that kind of battle, it gets your blood pumping.
Here's Dillingham. Right side Edwards. Tatum with a steal. Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd. McDaniels with the rebound.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
Down low. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
This is where Gobert likes to park himself, right around the rack.
And Boston calls time here.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Well, the Celtics shooting just 38% for this game so far. The 2 J's, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Then there's Wembanyama, then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's the Beast in at the 2. That's the Boston 5.
You know, early on, Brown struggled with his confidence taking threes. Now he's a knockdown threat.
Pass to Law, the 3. Boston pulls it in. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. Boston making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. Here's Dillingham. Pass to Gobert. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up.
Gobert's length is intimidating, which is why defenders often resort to fouling. Tough miss at this juncture. They're down 2 baskets right now.
Brown passes to the Beast. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Back to Brown. Shot clock at 5. Beyond the arc. And the ball out of play. Timberwolves will have it. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Boston Celtics. On Friday, they'll defend home court against the Utah Jazz. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for their matchup with the Pelicans, that's a game where you'd be surprised to see them lose. They'd have to have a really off night for them to get upset there.
Here's Edwards. Getting it done inside. Edwards.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to the Beast. Outside Tatum. Here's the Beast. DiVincenzo covering. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. The Beast. Good.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Pass to Law. Now DiVincenzo. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. DiVincenzo's got 9 points here in the second half. Timeout called. The Celtics.
Headed to the floor right now is Celtics Entertainment.
The Celtics with the lead. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Here's the Beast. DiVincenzo covering. 5 to shoot. Brown passes to the Beast.
What I love about DiVincenzo defensively is his competitive spirit. This guy loves to battle and compete.
And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 2-point game. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Here's Dillingham. Pass to Law. Edwards with it. Here's Dillingham. Takes the 3. Drops in the 3.
Getting the ball to somebody ready to stroke it. Selfless play by Edwards there.
The Celtics have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. Here's Brown. Brown catches in. A terrific finisher inside.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Over to the wing, and here's Dillingham from the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
The Beast, good. The Beast's got 7 points for the quarter.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And Minnesota calls time here.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And I just love to see a player who plays with an aggressive mindset. I mean, he had the energy and the intensity all game. He didn't waste any time when he had his chances out there by attacking the rim.
And Minnesota making a change here. McDaniels checked in. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. With the game so close, he wanted his team to stay aggressive, saying, don't be a watcher, be an actor. Go out and make something happen on the court. Don't let it come to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Law. Inside. Here's DiVincenzo. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. DiVincenzo's got 22. The Celtics have gotten 6 of 8 shots to fall during this fourth. Tatum passes to the Beast. Left side, Brown. Pass to the Beast. Outside Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Off target from 3-point range.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Edwards with it, defended by Brown.
2 minutes.
To take the lead. Edwards, no good.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
The Beast. It's rebounded by Law. Law's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Good chance here for DiVincenzo. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Look at DiVincenzo going on the attack. Knows they need some points on this possession, and he delivered.
Here's Pritchard. DiVincenzo covering. Oh, what a nice defensive play to disrupt the lobs. Edwards looking for an opening. And the 3 off target. Boston has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Pass to Pritchard. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo. Minnesota has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. It's Edwards on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Back to DiVincenzo. Fires the 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum. So it's Boston now. Pass to the Beast. To win the cold spell. Offensive board.
A young man who has an appetite for greatness, always pushing himself, is Jason Tatum.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. And so Tatum nails both of them.
Free throw shooting comes into focus in tight games. As usual, he's up to the task.
And Minnesota calls time here.
Here we go, fans. Time to make some noise for Boston's own Celtics Entertainment. Stand up and make some noise.
24 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Now Edwards.
Celtics foul, number 67, 4th personal foul, 2nd team foul.
Lets the 3 fly. Misses the 3. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
Overtime.
get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. And Boston has possession. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing is White and Brown. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard position. Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
Outstanding concentration that time by White on the tape.
Substitution on the court.
To the inside. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
That's exactly why they turned to Porzingis here, guys. They trust him to step up in big moments.
Time called here. The Timberwolves decide to talk it over.
Headed to the floor right now, it's Celtics Entertainment. Celtics Entertainment, everyone. Give them a hand.
Outside Edwards. Tries to break his ice. The shake. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Kudos for the effort, but he got there a little too late.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for Boston. The lead is 2. Oh, look at Tatum going to work inside.
And Tatum has been in these situations before. He's reliable when it comes to stepping up in big moments.
Pass to McDaniels.
In overtime.
And the shot goes in. McDaniels got his first 2 points.
Shaden McDaniels, what a moment. Huge bucket there.
Tatum passes to Brown. Here's the beast. Guarded by Edwards. Out to the wing. And stolen by Gobert. McDaniels from long range. Boston pulls it in. The beast has got his 4th rebound in this one. In overtime, here a minute and a half gone. To the paint. Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Great execution by Porzingis, showing you he can get it done in the clutch.
Outside Edwards. Nice D from Tatum.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. Pass to the beast. Shot clock at 5. Counted from distance. And it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's the beast. Pass to Pritchard. Left side, Brown. And again, Boston with the triple.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And Minnesota calls time here. They're trailing by 7. And we've got 28 seconds left in OT.
Headed to the floor right now, it's Celtics Entertainment.
Outside McDaniels. And here's Edwards outside. That one doesn't drop. Boston on offense.
You know, this overtime has been somewhat lackluster, mainly because both teams are clearly fatigued.
Pass to the beast. Here's Pritchard. Here's the beast. And so it's Boston with the W. They escaped with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams gave their all. But when it came down to overtime, it was about who had more determination.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. So long.
Nice take, Blake.
All right.
Off to a hot start. I love it.
All right, Miss T, we'll ask the professionals here. What's some of your thoughts on the W mode and how it's grown over the years?
So I have been loving it. This is the first year I've dived into it the way that I have this year. And it's my favorite mode so far. You know, I just feel like it's so well balanced, really fun. There's great players online. And I love this atmosphere here. Like, something about being in this pool.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Boston Celtics here in Boston. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony on the sideline. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the guard pair, it's George and Sexton. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Bowen. And it's Sensabaugh in at the small forward position. And for Boston, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. He's out there with Derek White. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. And on paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential blowout. But anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
To the left wing, and here's Porzingis for a 3. Utah with the rebound. Last time they met was in Utah.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Well, everyone has off nights. They just need to make sure that they bounce back strong.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Joe Mazzulla. David.
We talked about the challenges that come with playing against Lauri Markkanen. Coach said you have to know where Lauri is at all times because he's so effective playing off the ball. He's a knockdown shooter and a smart cutter. And he moves extremely well for his size. This team's got a lot of respect for the mobile 7-footer. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Celtics on offense. First quarter, just over a minute played. The Beast can't hit. Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And it's Sexton penetrating. And Sexton slams it in.
When Sexton gets a head start, he's so hard to stop.
So Colin Sexton is 6'3". He has the frame of a point guard, clearly. But Stan, his game is putting up points, and he can do it in a hurry.
Yeah, and Kevin, look, he's done it pretty efficiently in recent years. We have a lot of point guards in the league who are primarily scorers. And Sexton, though, you've also got to give him credit. He's made great strides as a playmaker.
He has indeed.
And someone like Sexton, well, all scorers really, they have to get points around the hoop.
Brown feeling it out a bit. And there's the drive. Here's the Beast. The shot's good. Brown making the play. The Beast's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
George passes to Sexton. Back to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
To the paint. Shakes him. And the layup is good from the Beast. The Beast's got his third bucket of the night.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
And White slams it in.
Well, that's why they're in front. The aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Jazz trail by 3. And Sexton slams it in.
They show a pure athletic ability from Sexton. What a dunk.
Inside. Here's the Beast. Sexton grabs the board. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
On the clock. Brown the pass to the Beast. A three-pointer, no good. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Fires the three. He's off on that one. The Celtics with the lead. Tatum looking around. Passes it to the Beast. The kick out to Brown. Here's the Beast. He has 7. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Pass to Sexton. Back to George. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Boston's gone. Just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. That bucket in no time at all. 9 points for the Beast.
Yeah, and guys, when White's got the ball in his hands, you can count on him to make the right decision.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. With the All-Star game behind us, Greg, what's the focus now for teams that find themselves far outside of the playoff picture?
It depends on the team, Kevin, but in my opinion, it's all about competing and building a foundation for next.
Out on the floor for the Celtics. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. So on the floor for Utah, the guard pair. It's George and Sexton. Then there's Taylor Horton-Tucker, and it's Jang in at the center.
Well, with his dribble moves, Tatum will get where he needs to go, and he's an outstanding finisher.
And White with the stuff.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against Minnesota was a man determined. He had 27 points, and the way he shot the ball from deep was incredible, making a number of 3 balls. He was certainly effective, doing a little bit of everything for his squad. Kevin, they have to appreciate that kind of effort.
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Horton-Tucker with it, picked up by Brown. Horton-Tucker, the pass to Jang. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Celtics leading by 10. Outside Tatum, down low. Shots good by the Beast. 14 points for the Beast.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes. Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, look, if you're trying to slow down White, you first have to match his activity level.
Lowry Markkanen's checked in for Taylor Horton-Tucker. Now George, 6 points for him. Jang, high post. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Porzingis.
First team foul.
Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Boston leading by 9. Down low, and that one good. Brown's got 5 now.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Sexton on the wing. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Yeah, they've come into a nice flow this quarter.
Now here's Brown. He's guarded closely. Pass to the Beast. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Colin Sexton.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For 2, number 67.
Both free throws good from the Beast.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
George with the ball. Now defended by the Beast. Outside, Sexton. Over White. And it's sent back by White. To the middle. An emphatic LU jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Bowen, he's jacked in for Utah.
Second team foul. Jazz substitution.
Outside, George. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Bowen. Headed by Porzingis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you? How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I've always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them in that.
You did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
Pass to Strother. Puts it up from 15. Rebounded by the Celtics. Here's the Beast. 20 points for him. Outside, Porzingis. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Jazz trail by 14. Here's Strother. Another miss by Utah. Boston has gotten half their shots from 3-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Jazz have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Connects from 3-point range.
A team player through and through. Get open, and Sexton will send the ball your way.
And stolen by Sexton. And that's a foul called on the Beast. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Wembanyama, he's checked in for Porzingis. Williams, he's checked in for the Jazz. Bowen shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
There's the pass to White. Pass to the Beast. Fires from deep. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Well, this could be one of those nights where there's just nothing you can do to slow him down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
White the pass to the Beast. He gets it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Celtics lead by 12. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. What can you say? The Beast, an impressive effort here today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. White is out there with the Beast, and it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. George passes to Markkanen. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Porzingis.
Well, Markkanen's put in the work, and he's got no trouble absorbing some content.
And, Coach, you watch Markkanen. He's a perfect fit for today's NBA, isn't he?
Yeah, a big guy who can shoot the ball, Kevin. And, look, he's learned to put the ball on the floor, go to the basket. He's a lot stronger than people give him credit for. This guy can really play the game.
Now, here's Sexton. 9 points in the game so far.
Yeah, once Sexton takes that first step on the drive, he's not backing off.
To the inside, the Beast. And nothing is falling for him right now.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Porzingis finds Brown. On the money from 12 feet away. And that's now 7 points for Jaylen Brown.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him to look at.
And that's a foul called on the Beast. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Pritchard, he's checked in for White.
Peyton Pritchard.
3rd quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Pass to Markkanen. George looking around. Pass to Bowen. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
Good on the shot. And now it's a 9-point Celtic lead.
Superb concentration by Porzingis. Good at staying under control and pushing through the contact.
Sexton, the pass to Bowen. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team.
Jazz have missed out on some chances at the line today. 0-6 of 11.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Led by as many as 14 points. He gets that one. Hart's got 10 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
34 seconds left to play in the 3rd. And it's Collier missing. Celtics leading by 4. Here's the Beast. He's got 23. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Wembanyama lays it up off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 6.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
Down low. Inside. Tatum.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. It's the Celtics up by 8. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Boston with the ball. 8-point game. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Williams. Then it's Collier. Then it's Bowen. And it's Strother in at the 2. Hart, that's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Jazz shooting well. 50% from the floor. Pass to Strother. Unloads. Rebound Boston. Wembanyama's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's the Beast. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. Misses from short range.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Takes the 13-footer. Here's Markkanen. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Well, that's a nice effort there on the offensive boards. Markkanen can make a difference there when he's that active.
The pass to the Beast. Makes it off the glass. The Beast's got 25 points.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
They get a hand on it. There's the dish to Tatum. Here's the Beast from 12 feet out. And the shot goes in. The Beast's got 4 points now in the quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the board? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
And the Jazz call time here. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a score.
Substitution on
for
the
Boston.
board.
Pritchard comes in for White. Brown the pass to Pritchard. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Jazz trail by 13. Here's Strother. Rebounded by Hart. Hart's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down.
Well, we're seeing this more and more out of Brown. The ability to take over for an extended period of time.
Here's Collier. Outside, Sexton. This is it to Collier. And that's a foul called on the Beast. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Derek White's checked in for the Celtics.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
On the wing, Markkanen. Defended by Hart. Kept alive. Bowen. Porzingis with the block.
What a swat by the big man Porzingis. You always have to be careful shooting when he's lurking.
And that one drops for him. Sexton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
The Beast can't hit. And so George will bring it up for Utah, trailing by 13. The open look here for Sexton. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Well, Sexton is a guy that defenses label as a scorer, and it's on display in this one.
Pass to Brown. Clock at 6. Here's the Beast. And it's good. With time running down in the shot clock. The Beast's got 29.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Boston.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the Beast.
And what stood out to me was his effort level defensively. Very active and aggressive, piling up the steals in addition to his overall floor game.
George, no good. Here's Boston now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's the Beast. And another miss by Boston. George against White. Outside for Sexton. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K.
I know you said you just got into it about a year ago, but do you go into it as a single player or do you run with a squad when you play?
Both. I like playing by myself. Sometimes I, challenge myself to get my game a little bit better, sharpen my skills. But I also just love to invite some friends and we'll jump on like the 3v3. And it's just a chill experience.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson at the table with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. And the starting group for the Celtics. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Then it's Derek White. Then it's Jaylen Brown. And it's the Beast in at the shooting guard position. And for Milwaukee, Kyle Kuzma out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then it's Jackson, then it's Thomas Bryant, and it's Lillard in at the point guard position. Well, Grant, what should we expect in a veteran-heavy matchup like this?
B.A., it typically means we'll get a clean game. These guys have been around for a while and know how to take care of the basketball.
Pass to the Beast. Back to White. Over Lillard. Clock at 6. The Beast shot is off. To the middle. And Antetokounmpo with the basket. On the assist by Lillard.
And I like that. Giannis slowing down just a little bit, in control there.
Brown in the high post. Kuzma on him. Brown gets the bucket.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater. Boy, those sure are pretty.
And it's Lillard with the ball for Milwaukee. Pass to Jackson. Lets it go. The shot by Lillard, no good. Boston on offense. Here's the Beast. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Now here's Kuzma. His last outing, he had 20. Inside, here's Bryant, and then Bryant with the dunk.
And Bryant, with that kind of positioning, he's going to get the dunk.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. White, the pass to the Beast. On the wing, Tatum. Pass to the Beast. Here's the 3. Connects from downtown. The Beast has gotten his second bucket on the night.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Antetokounmpo uses the glass to finish the layup.
Giannis anticipating there and just creates his own chance.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's White. And the layup is good off the glass.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Poke loose. White on the wing. Let's go with a 3. Offensive rebound, Celtics. And it's Tatum missing.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Jackson. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
And shooters must beware. Porzingis is down there lurking.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Celtics lead by 4. Outside, Brown. Driving to the basket. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Down low. Here's Bryant. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
And Brown has got the ball here for Boston. Boston, no good that time either. The Bucks have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Kuzma, the pass to Jackson. Out to the right wing. White against Lillard. To the inside. And there's Jackson on the assist from Kuzma. And that ties it up.
What a feed from Kuzma. I like when he finds the open man, and so do they.
Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
A different look for Milwaukee. Morris comes in for Jackson, and it's Trey Jones in for Lillard. Antetokounmpo finds Bryant. On the wing, Kuzma. He's covered by Hart. Antetokounmpo. Back to Kuzma. Morris outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Jones. This one for 3. Count it. And it's Morris with the assist.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Pritchard. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Coming into the league, putting up points was no problem for Tatum, but now he's creating scoring opportunities for others.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second.
Here's Lillard. No points yet. We've got Damian Lillard. Kyle Kuzma out there with Thomas Bryant. Then it's Jackson, and it's Morris in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Here's the Beast. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And in the second game of a back-to-back, it must be hard to keep your energy up on consecutive nights.
That's why we see so many coaches sit healthy players for the second game, but the NBA has done a great job over the past 4 or 5 seasons cutting back on back-to-back nights where games are scheduled. The players spoke up, and the league listened.
Brown against Morris. Brown passes to the Beast, who is stolen by Lillard. Double team on Lillard. Jackson finds Morris. Pass to Bryant. Count it. his 3rd and 5 attempts.
And doing some work on the inside. Nice soft touch from 10 feet and in.
Inside. Operating inside. Porzingis.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
The Bucks trail by 4. Got a piece of it. And that'll be Milwaukee's ball as it goes out of bounds. Bucks able to keep the possession. Derek White's checked in for Boston. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Here's Lillard. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
There's Tatum with the 3. No luck on that one. The Bucks have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Morris passes to Lillard. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Lillard's got his first basket of the night.
And one of the quickest triggers. Lillard says, now you see it, now you don't.
Here's Brown. Oh, Jaylen Brown! A strong finish.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
White against Lillard. Morris finds some space. The quick look, no good that time. Boston leading by 4. Pass to White. Here's the Beast, covered by Bryant. Here's the Beast. Give him 8 points now. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. And a look now at the Milwaukee Bucks' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Portland, going up against the Blazers. Then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Golden State Warriors. Now here's Lillard. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game. Bryant, the pass to Kuzma. Morris for 3. Knocks down the triple. Morris has got 5.
Great time right there by Kuzma. An impressive distributor at his position.
And there's the lob.
The great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. The 3, here's Lillard. It's hauled in by White.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Here's the Beast, guarded by Morris. The Beast shot is off. And so Morris will bring it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 3. They come into this one having outplayed the Thunder in their last game.
They were allowed to ramp up their offense as the defense they faced was barely present.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
Jones, he's checked in for Lillard. The Bucks have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Jones against White. Offensive board. Boston leading by 3. Right wing. Here's the Beast. Good. And Brown gets the assist. 12 points for him.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Bryant outside. Down low. Oh, nice shot by Morris. Morris has got 5 points in the quarter.
This takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And Boston calls time here. Last time they met in Boston.
A big difference in that one. Their ability to convert from range, by and large.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far.
41. The Celtics, 43.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. The Bucks trail. On the court right now for the Celtics. The 2 J's, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then it's Derek White, and it's the Beast in at the 2 guard. Jackson can't get it to go. Boston's shooting a solid 53% from the floor. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, the Beast in their last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He picked up 29 points and was such a menace on the defensive end. Steals galore. You look at his stats overall, he was just everywhere that night. Brian?
It really was some night for him. He couldn't have been much better, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., there was nothing they could do to contain him. Once he got rolling, it was game on.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
Back to Brown. Here's the Beast. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got 4 assists now tonight.
He's really become a better all-around player. Brown's passing continues to evolve. Nice find.
Pass to Kuzma. Jackson with it. Lillard outside. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. Lillard's got 5 points. The Celtics with the lead. To the middle. Here's the Beast from 8 feet away. That one a little long. Milwaukee has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Lillard. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. It's Brown on the wing, defended by Kuzma, and stolen by Jackson. Driving inside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
Grant, as you always... So he's checked in for the Bucks. Jones comes in for Jackson. Hard against Caruso. Here's the Beast. Count that bucket. The Beast has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, team on his mind first. Hart not hesitating to give that ball up.
Here's Jones. He's got 9. There's 47 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Bryant outside. Back to Jones. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from deep. 12 points for him.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Here's Tatum. Ooh, rugged finish from Tatum.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Jones. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
On the wing, Tatum. There's the 3. And the Celtics another 3.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
The 3, here's Lillard. The shot won't fall. And so it's the Boston Celtics finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. We'll be back in a moment. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. They've got Alex Caruso, Thomas Bryant out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Jackson, and it's Jones in at the point. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
And there's another thing going on right now for them that has to get their confidence up, and that's the 3-ball. I mean, it's been falling for them, and they're locked in, and that outside shot going, that's a big difference maker.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight. And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Antetokounmpo outside. Back to Jones.
That's a tough walk back to the showers. Pretty sure he'd like to have a couple of those plays back.
Pippen, he's checked in for Boston. White. So it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory. They controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for tuning in.